cancer, diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and respiratory. The number one disease in Bahamas is breast cancer. And for the flag, I did was gold represents the saying of the nation, blue represents the water that surrounds Bahamas, and black as a triangle stands for unity. Juniors are a unity. And that's all I have. Oh, Bahamas is what?
Summer.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Okay, in the Jamaican Relay for Life in 2009, it was expected over 10,000 new cases of children's cancer were expected to occur in Jamaica, which is a very high number since the population in Jamaica is very low. And they do have more childhood cancer than any other cancer. They have two Relay for Life events, one in Kingston, the other in Ocho Rios. I've been to Ocho Rios. I'd like to go there again. Last year's event was June 14th and 15th. It's supported by the Jamaican Cancer Society, which is our American Cancer Society, and they've been in effect for 54 years. Last year, the Kingston event won honorable mention as a mission winner for their mission to eliminate cancer in their country. The thing that I did not know was that Bob Marley died of cancer. I would have bet money he died from drugs, but he didn't. He was diagnosed in 1977 with a malignant melanoma on his toe. He originally thought it was a soccer injury and was told that he would have to have his toe amputated. He refused that for religious reasons. Strictly for religious reasons, he did not want to have his toe amputated. It ended up spreading throughout his body, and he eventually succumbed to lung cancer and died from that. He died in May 11th of 1981 in Miami, Florida, because he was too weak to make the trip back to Jamaica. The Jamaican Relay for Life event has been going on for approximately 20 years. Last year's event was almost canceled because they didn't think that they were going to have enough teams, and the teams eventually pulled together and said, no, it's too important for us, and we are not going to let it go. So they do have 2010 scheduled, and it is a go for 2010.
And next, New Zealand. Kathy Decker.
I'm representing the Dorchester Leadership Council team tonight, and I chose New Zealand. New Zealand's Cancer Society was formed as a part of the British cancer campaign in 1929. Now, this country, of course, maintains a dual population of the British ones that came and the Maori tribes, who are the natives. We see a lot of the same disparities in the Maori populations as we do with the minorities here in the United States, with a much higher death rate. In fact, for males, Maori males had a 51.3% higher death rate than their English counterparts. And the females, that's a staggering 82.1% higher death rate. So this has caused the Ministry of Health, the National Ministry of Health in New Zealand, to really take some hard steps in trying to close the gap on those disparities, much the same way as your American Cancer Society is doing here. The most common site of cancer among males in New Zealand is prostate, followed by colorectal, and then lung. And with females, it is breast cancer by far, and then colorectal. And the third, surprisingly, is not lung cancer. It is melanoma of the skin. So sun safety is a huge factor in New Zealand, and they promote that very much with Sun Smart Schools is one of their programs. Also, smoking, of course, causes the majority of the deaths. They're 25% of the deaths. So they do these big anti-smoking cessation campaigns, much the same way we do, targeting young families and trying to get them to put that money back into their families and not waste it on cigarettes. I guess that's about it. The food that I brought you tonight is kiwi fruit, and New Zealand is the second largest producer of kiwi fruit, these fuzzy little things. Everybody enjoys it sliced. I left the skin on, and I did that for a reason, because kiwi fruit is very high in vitamin C, and which is excellent for fighting cancers, and also is very high in lutein, which is good for your eye health. So if you leave the skin on, you get much more of the nutrients. You just have to kind of get past that fuzzy little texture. It's not so bad. And one thing that I did find interesting that I didn't know about New Zealand is they use the daffodil. They incorporate the daffodil into their Cancer Society logos, into their Relay for Life logo, and unlike the American Cancer Society South Atlantic Division, they still have their daffodil. That's it.